we're gonna discuss the latest iteration of Nerf Dinosquad line. It's a 4-shot underpump AR, the Nerf Terrodak. Let's get into it. The newest member to the Nerf Dinosquad line is the Terrodak. What's so special about it? Let's find out. Alright guys, so as you know, I'm pretty excited about this Nerf Dinosquad line. I've posted some things, if you follow us on Instagram, posting what I thought was the last member of the family that completed my collection. However, Nerf did not give up on this line. They continue to provide new iterations. We saw this. We saw the Stego Duo Pack, which includes 2 new different variations of the Stego Smash with different kind of dorsal fins here at the top of the blaster. This is a really cool iteration because this is one of the main blasters from the line. The Terrodak, we did not have a flying dinosaur in the mix. The cool addition brings a whole bunch of new features that we're going to go over. But first, let's open the box and see what we get. Alright, as with most Nerf packs, you have these little ropes in the back, reinforced by these little pieces of cardboard. These are fairly easy to remove. I like to remove the tape first and then the ropes. Alright guys, included in the package you get the blaster itself. You get 12 Nerf Dino Strike exclusive color scheme elite darts. This blaster is pretty cool because it immediately reminds me of the Tetrad as far as ergonomics and build. It has the built-in stock, it has the underpump design. The only difference here guys is that it has the Dinosquad aesthetic. This is a very cool aesthetic. Every Dinosquad blaster that I've felt and handled has its own personality. You see the pterodactyl aesthetic, and then it has the wings with the claws built into the frame. Very, very cool creative design went into this blaster. Dart storage is right here in the stock, something that I really appreciate. And then of course, little intricate details such as these spikes on the grip guard make up for a very, very cool aesthetic. The blaster does consist of an AR assembly. This is a very cool system that I haven't seen before. This blaster has 4 darts in a diamond pattern. That's a pretty cool design. It has the 4X here indicating that it's a 4-shot AR blaster. The name of the blaster is embossed here on the side of the barrel. Terrodak. Dinosquad is in black. And it incorporates some new colors that we haven't seen before, which is always nice. Even though we're gonna see more and more new blasters come out, it's nice to see different color schemes apply to different blasters, enhancing their design. Now, one weird thing that I saw is that it does have a rear sight and a front sight. However, they're non-functional because the aesthetic of the dinosaur part of the blaster kind of gets in the way and you're not able to align those sights. Again, sights on a Nerf blaster are kind of pointless. They only give you a little bit of an idea where to point the blaster, but that's just inherent to all Nerf blasters in general, not including Pro Series blasters, which you can make some use of the sights. The grip, just slightly small for my large hands. As you can see, my lower 3 fingers are a little bit cramped, nothing crazy. I can assimilate this grip to the Tetrad grip, where it is a little small but still functional and reasonably serviceable by people with larger hands such as myself. The only thing that makes this one a little bit more harder is the fact that this handguard goes all the way to the stock. So this part forces all your fingers to be in there, whereas a Tetrad, this part does not exist. So whatever overage of real estate you need can totally be had by overlapping maybe a little bit under the grip. This kind of just forces your hands into the grip, but it's not a deal breaker in my opinion. You do have your 8 dart storage as I mentioned earlier. That's a really cool aesthetic, especially when you consider that you essentially get 3 full loads of darts for this blaster. You got 4 in the barrel, 4 on one side of the stock, and then 4 on the other side of the stock. And thank you Hasbro for once. They showed a little bit of generosity and included the 3 full loads of ammo that you can carry on the blaster. That's a pretty cool touch. Well guys, the product showcase of the blaster is pretty complete. You know what time it is? Let's go see what this baby can do. All right guys, at the mini range here, and one thing I noticed immediately is the darts sit so much more flush against these ARs than they do in anything else that I've seen. Normally in QS4 series blasters where there's a vertically indexing AR, the darts stick out at least about yay much. Not in this case guys. This new diamond style AR, Nerf has apparently listened to their audience. The darts sit flush in there. This is gonna make for a very nice brass barrel. If you guys would ever like to see that in the future, let me know in the comments. And for a lot more air to get behind the dart before it exits the barrel. Let's check out a little bit of grouping and then we're gonna go to the chrono guys. Let's get to it. All right guys, so as with any AR, naturally, the more shots you take, the lower FPS you're gonna get. Now I've learned the chronology of how these barrels work. Basically it fires in a counterclockwise fashion. The first shot's gonna come out of the topmost barrel, then the next shot's gonna come out of the 9 o'clock barrel, and then the 6 o'clock barrel, and then the 3 o'clock barrel. That's pretty interesting. With all that said, let's get to the chrono and see what kind of numbers we can get. All right, I was actually able to do this on a single session, guys. I managed to not get any darts to hit the inside of the barrel, and that is by far not only the most consistent FPS for an AR, which should naturally lose a substantial amount of FPS between shots, but as you were able to see, we only lost an average of 3 FPS per shot. We started at 71 and ended at 61. That is outstanding. Maybe the engineers at Hasbro discovered something by designing this diamond pattern. Maybe they found a way to lose less FPS in between shots. As you guys were able to see with the Tetrad, the top one was getting about 75. The bottom one was getting close to 50s in some cases. So maybe there's something going on with this diamond AR pattern that is good for business. On to our lasting impressions. Key takeaway from this review, guys, was that I'm kind of pumped at the fact that I think Hasbro is really trying to perfect their AR technology. I've never seen an AR that only lost a total of 10 FPS across all the barrels. It's usually more like 20 or 30 FPS that they lose. I think they're really getting somewhere with these ARs. I really like the diamond style. It reminds me of that Moto Blitz, although it's not really a shotgun, it's an AR, but you know what I mean. It's the barrel style that matters. Really cool stuff, guys. Either way, I think this blaster is well suited for younger Nerfers in its stock form, since it fires standard FPS, and aesthetically it's just a beautiful collection piece. Just remember, you can never have enough Nerf blasters. This is the one place where your addiction is highly encouraged. Thank you for watching, and I'll catch you on the next one.